Why are women so snoopy when it comes to they have to snoop on the phones, and I think you've also seen pictures of even dignitaries, when their husbands are texting, and the women, is why is it that you want to always know what your husband is doing, writing, texting, calling? Why are women all of a sudden turned to be FBIs?
The reason, first and foremost, a woman wants to be an FBI is that she's smelling a rat.
There's a rat.
This show, there is a rat. And some rats are men.
That's interesting.
That's
quite interesting.
And when she smells a rat, you can't tell her she's not smelling it.
Welcome to Coffee with BDM. What a joy it is today to have a dear friend, a pastor, a blessing to this country and the world, a wife, a mother, a grandmother, believe it or not, wife of my good friend, Bishop Alan, and the fantastic job they continue doing and the blessing they continue to be to all of us who know them. What a joy it is to have you. Welcome to Coffee with BDM.
Thank you. I tell you, this Coffee with BDM is working.
Thank you so much for coming.
Asante.
We have been discussing about women and what women wish their men knew. It seems like men are so ignorant of the woman.
Yes.
I read a book a while ago about men from Mars and women from Venus.
Right.
And at that time when I was reading it, because I was still in the university, I didn't kind of like grasp it. But today when I look back, I think the author of the book, Men Are From Mars and Women Are From Venus, was really on the money. Do you believe that he was really on the money, that there are vast differences?
Totally, he really was on the money, because that's the truth. What I'd like first and foremost men to know about women that they don't know is that women are very simple. It is very, very easy to get to woo a woman and really have her on your side forevermore. I'll tell you why. She's simple, she's easy, only if you give her what her priority need is, which is attention.
Wow.
A woman needs attention like you need water. She needs attention, like she wants to know that you're there for her, that you notice her. I had a story one time, a long time ago, that a woman who's 81, on the inside she's 18.
Wow.
So she never grows old. A woman never grows old. And the best gift you can give to a woman, no matter the age, is attention. Just pay attention to her. Give her affection. Let her know she matters. In fact, let her know she's your number one. Like there's nobody like her. If you make her your world, that she knows nothing comes before her, I'm telling you, will enjoy life like you've never enjoyed. That woman she will die with you. She'll take a bullet for you. So she's very simple. She just needs that affection, attention. She needs affirmation, because nobody's going to affirm her out there than the one she loves. And so if you just affirm her, that's all she needs. And she can go to the ends of the earth. So it's as simple as that. Unfortunately, a lot of men don't pay that attention. Like if you're going to talk to your wife while you're reading the newspaper and you're telling her, I can hear, is a lie. Men do not function with both sides of the brain at once. They function with one. That's why a man enters a box and he's in that box. So you cannot be in the box of reading a newspaper and in the box of affection is a lie.
Wow. Well, that's quite interesting to note, because a lot of men will not really agree that women are simple. Because you see, according to men, a woman is the most complicated human being they can be. Animal species, if you like.
Yes.
I've seen cartoons about how to understand a woman. And there was this huge book, that was actually full of nothing inside. And that men are supposed to understand. And it came to the men, it was just a simple... Have you seen that cartoon?
I've seen. The book was so humongous.
And you know,
I've seen.
That is a depiction of how men perceive women to be. They think women are the most complicated animal species there is in the universe.
In the universe. And that's what I want to demystify today, because that is what people think. But I want to demystify it by letting you know it's actually not that difficult. When a woman knows that she belongs, you see, that's all she needs to know, that I belong. And this man loves me the way I am. Okay? And we're going to go to other points, but I want to stay here on the affection and the attention and all that. Because she just needs to know that she matters. If she knows that, the complication all goes. Yes, we are very complicated, but it all goes with knowing that I belong.
Okay. Then let me ask you, Pastor Kathy, and I think you're the best qualified person to answer this. Why are women so snoopy when it comes to, they have to, snoop on the phones, and I think you've also seen pictures of even dignitaries, when their husbands are texting, and the woman, why is it that you want to always know what your husband is doing, writing, texting, calling? Why are women all of a sudden turned to be FBIs?
The reason, first and foremost, a woman wants to be an FBI is that she's smelling a rat. If there is no that affection and attention towards her, it's towards something else. And she's smelling it. And she's seeing, this guy's attention is really diverted. He's not with me. And so when you see a woman snooping, believe me, there's what she's snooping. Because if she is comfortable and confident and she can trust, she doesn't need to snoop. She becomes an FBI. And also, let's also reverse this coin, because she can also become an FBI if she's insecure. Okay? If she's from a broken relationship before, and maybe she went through issues with former relationships, she can come into this one thinking all men are the same. Mm-hmm. And so, yes, she can be insecure by her own makeup. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that the husband is doing anything. She's just suspicious because of where she's coming from. So there is that. Okay. And that kind of FBI is crazy, because she needs to first and foremost be comfortable in her own skin and deal with insecurity. That's a whole other topic, Bishop. Yeah. If we go into the topic of insecurity, we'll do 59 series and we won't finish. And so there is the part of insecurity, which she needs to deal with, because if she doesn't, then it will deal with and affect everything she does relationally. Because she will always be suspicious. She will always snoop. She'll wake up in the middle of the night to look at the phone. She'll do all manner of craziness where insecurity is concerned. But there is also this other part where she's smelling a rat.
There's a rat?
Bishop, there is a rat. And some rats are men.
That's interesting.
So
that's quite interesting.
When she smells a rat, you can't tell her she's not smelling it. So in the middle of the night, she'll be really? Coming for the phone. Or looking at you when you're SMSing and you think she's watching the TV, but she's like this.
Yeah.
Her eye is like this to see who you're talking to.
Is this insecurity quite a big thing in relationship? Because even when there is nothing that has happened, even when the man has been very loyal and supportive, and faithful, and there's nothing that has happened as far as relationship, the women still want to snoop, they still want to find out about the phone and stuff, Why is that? Is that the wiring of a woman or what? And
that's why I'm saying it's based on also perhaps where they're coming from. They've gone through even growing up.
So if Johnny treated you badly,
yes,
you come and you think, now that you're in a Henry,
Mark is the same.
You paint them with the same brush.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Or Henry. Or whoever.
Or Juang or Kamau.
Juang or Tieno. These guys are the same. And they all say men drop from one bus, all of them. They are the same. Which is not right.
Yes.
It's not right
at
all.
It's a bad stereotype, is it?
It's stereotype, and it's also wrong for the relationship.
Yes.
Because it's detrimental. It can actually kill it completely. Do you understand? Wow. Because you're comparing now. And there's nothing worse than comparisons in a relationship. because you're not Mark.
Okay. Well, I get you. Let me ask you, Pastor Kathy.
Please ask.
There is this thing I have read before, that once a woman is done emotionally, she's done.
Let me tell you. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Hey.
I mean, once she's...
You have asked that's a powerful question. Let's just stay here.
Okay.
A woman can take a lot of madness.
Mm-hmm.
She can take a lot. A woman can take in crap. She can, just bite the bullet and just keep taking all manner of nonsense, that she's getting from the spouse. And she can really take it in. But I tell you that, and she'll be crying. She'll really be weeping. She'll be, going, looking for people to cancel her. She'll be losing her head.
Yeah.
And she'll be crying. But I tell you the truth. When the last tear dries from her eyes, and she cries the last one, it dries. You're not getting her back. She's gone, Bishop.
Calls, SMSs.
Hey, bring every counselor before her. She's not with you. She's not going to listen. She's gone. Emotionally, she has finished. And when it's a wrap, if you sit down with that woman, she'll tell you the years she has had to endure misery.
Wow.
And heartache and pain and dejection and belittling and all manner of things. But when she cries that last cry and the tear is wiped, it's a wrap. You'll be looking for her. You will not find her. You bring everybody to talk to her. Bring all the bishops, pastors. She will not listen. It's a wrap. It's over.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that. I read that, and I thought I should ask you from a woman's perspective.
Yeah.
I know some men who have had their women get to that.
Right.
And they've tried to call them, to SMS, to send gifts. Nothing is happening.
I've dealt with them, and you know what they tell me? I actually want him to get another woman. I will go to that wedding with a very big gift because she has rescued me from nonsense. And you ask her,
what?
You ask her, did you ever love him? Love him? I was madly in love. I was crazy about the guy. But he trashed me all along. There is a lady who stayed with this man for 22 years. Of nothing, Bishop, but misery. She tried. She would lift him because she was the go-getter. She was the money woman. She was the one who was carrying the day, and the guy was still having ego. God forgive him. So, can you imagine? For 22 years, he was still abusive. He was treating her like trash, but she would still try, because for a woman to pack up and go, you remember in the Bible, there's a woman called Lot's wife.
Yes.
I don't blame her for turning back, because a woman's home is everything. And I believe she was turning back and like, man, you mean I'm losing this home? A woman, her home, Bishop, her home is everything. Everything. For a woman to pack up and say enough, it's really enough. And she stayed there for 22 years. But when she cried the last year, that year that I said, if we've tried everything we know, the man cries like a child. He cries, I know I made a mistake. Please, she says, my friend, please cry from a distance.
Really?
Make sure you don't cry near me.
The same love turns to hate?
Completely.
So there's a thin line between love and hate?
A thin line. Let's not even go very far. Let's come home. My mother-in-law, an amazing woman, had this man, my father-in-law, that would really mistreat her, beat her like to smithereens, and really mistreat her. Do you know, long story short, they left each other after 10 years of marriage. My husband was only 10 years. They left each other. The man did try to come back. She didn't even want to hear. Number two, when he was on his deathbed, he said, my wish is to die having seen my wife. We went to my mother-in-law. We said, Mommy, this man wants to... She laughed. Bishop, she laughed at us. Asked, which man? Me. To go and see him. Hey, go and tell him to die in peace. She could not, because she had closed that story chapter long ago, because she loved him so much, but he mistreated her so much. And that's what I'm saying. When a woman emotionally dies, she doesn't want to go back there. Yeah.
Well, men you've heard, please don't allow it to get to that point where it is completely irreversible, because your relationship can get to a place where it's completely irreversible, and you can get to a place where you actually are sorry for what you did. And I'm praying that all the men who are watching us will understand that women have got a limit, and they're like rubber bands. They can break. So don't stretch them to a place where they break. Just watch out and be polite and be nice and be kind and be loving, because as you've heard tonight, women can break, and when they break, they cannot be mended. Let me ask you this.
Yes, sir.
It's almost like a saying that it's only men who cheat.
Yes, sir.
You know?
Yeah. And the bad saying before you even finish is that it's all right for men. Sure.
It's true. It's true, they're saying. It's almost like men can cheat and it's okay and it's all right. And, you know.
Yeah.
But for women, generally speaking, it's not spoken as loudly. Mm. And we do know that there are women who cheat.
A lot.
And from what I hear from men is that women are like cats.
Yes.
You can never catch them cheating.
Impossible mission.
But that's a topic for another day.
Right.
But what would push a woman to cheat on a man that they claim to love?
Number one, values. Because if a woman doesn't put her values in place, then she'll think that she can work with her body, to get out there and just, you can never pay back with your body if you love yourself and if you have values and you know who you are. You don't cheat because your husband cheated. And a lot of it happens because, you cheated on me.
Yeah.
I'll show you, I got this. Whatever you are looking for, I got it. And so you go out there and start also cheating because he did. It's devaluing yourself, because if your values are in place, you're not going to lower your dignity to go and do what your husband, it doesn't pay. It actually just adds on to the pain. And yes, they do cheat.
Two wrongs don't make a right.
Two wrongs don't make a right. And yes, they do cheat, and women are never caught. It is virtually impossible to catch a woman cheating.
Even with a private eye?
Oh, aye. They cover their tracks too well. They cover them too well. Men can't cover anything to save their lives. Let me tell you, you don't understand. Women detectives, the one we started with, that question you asked me in the beginning, why they snoop and what. If a woman wants to catch the husband, she absolutely will. Huh? There is no, what do you call, the locks, what do you call, on your phone, password. There is no password that you can put on your phone that your wife will not get. If she wants to.
Yeah.
She'll get it tomorrow morning.
Wow.
You think, let me tell you, every night she's reading your SMSs. She's laughing at you. Mumu. You think you're hiding.
Yeah.
Do you understand? But you will never catch her, because she will make sure she has erased everything. What? Her tracks, they are covered. She'll erase everything. Is it right? No. Again, we go back to values. Because if you value yourself as a woman, you're not going to cheat, because it doesn't pay. It doesn't add up. It just makes you go lower. And you see, you can never give your body and gain anything. You lose.
Can a woman love two men at the same time?
Let's first and foremost even quantify love. Love is a choice. Love is not a feeling.
Correct.
And a lot of people mistake love to be a feeling.
Feelings don't last.
They don't last. They say if you marry for lust, by the way, by 8 months, you'll be looking at that woman and wondering, me, I married this one. Do you understand?
I think it's a great point.
Yeah. If you marry for lust, it's that marriage is not going to last. Because how many times can you sleep with the woman and feel goosebumps? They say the longest it lasts is about 8 months. And after that, you don't even want to see the person. So never marry for lust. So I'm saying that to say that you have to quantify love. Love is not a feeling, it's a decision. And so you decide to love this man. Do you understand? And so if you now decide, oh, I'm going to love this one, I'm going to love this one, again, it's a decision. But it's not something that, is lasting. Do you understand? You can love one and last over. Do you understand? And so you can't mistake love with lust. There can be something that you're getting from one man that you're not getting from the other man. Do you see? So one man can be giving you 80%, and the other one is giving you 20%. And you may think that it's love, but it's really the 20 that you're after. Do you understand? So for instance, this one is a provider, he buys you this, he takes you here, he's what, but he's not good in bed. Then this other one is now the one that is doing gymnastics. Mm-hmm. So you tend to think it's love, but it's not. It's lust. You're lasting over this one. Do you understand?
Now that you talk about bed and stuff.
Right.
Let me ask you, does having a six-pack really matter, or what really attracts the woman? Because I do know there's one pack that are very attractive to some women.
Jumping castle, yes.
Yeah. So to a woman, strictly speaking, yes. Is a six-pack really important?
It is important when she's in her 20s. And then 30s, it begins to wear off. You can take 4.
You can take 4 packs.
By the time you're hitting 40s, you don't care about packs.
What matters then?
What matters is what I said. That this man is affectionate. This man pays attention to me. This man respects and honors me. This man is trustworthy. This man is a provider. Because let me tell you, another key for women that is critical is security. Am I secure? Am I secure? Are my kids secure? Are we secure? Is it well with us? That is very important to a woman. And so if a man provides that security and a man provides that kind of affection to that woman, it doesn't matter whether he has no teeth. Looks don't matter anymore. Do you understand?
Get you.
This thing of looks matters at 20s. When you get to our age,
it's the kindergarten stage of love.
That's a kindergarten
stage of love.
Do you understand? Goosebumps.
Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah. After that, who cares? And so what you want to understand is that this man, he gives me security. This man provides for me. This man loves me. And guess what is attractive to a woman? When you love the children to a woman, oh, she's ready to go. Wow. Anywhere you want her to go, she's ready, as long as she knows that you are affectionate and you love the children.
Are you trying to tell me then there are stages in love?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I always
Let me ask you then.
Yes.
For a woman for you, I respect you greatly, because I think you are a step ahead of me and my wife, because you're now a grandmother. Can you believe that? Can you believe that?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
you said it wrongly. It's glamour.
Glamour. You're not glamour.
Yes. Yes, but I am.
Can you believe? I mean, you can now tell us the stages.
Yeah.
You've been with my brother and my friend,
right.
Bishop Alan.
Right.
From when you started, how
right.
was it? And how did it continue? How was it after 10 years? How was it after 20 years? Are there stages of love?
There are stages, and every stage is a milestone. Every 10 years is different for every marriage. Every 10 years. Like the beginning 10 years, there is always the honeymoon stage.
Yeah.
Where it's just honeymoon. There's nothing you can do wrong. Everything is just honky-dory. You make love all the time, everywhere. It's so amazing. It's so beautiful and all that. But you know what? You start getting children and things begin to change. because they are now different roles. They are children now. You're not just the two of you. So you're busy doing other things, raising up kids and all that. So it changes into the place of now discovery. First, there's drama before the discovery. After 10 years, if you haven't faced drama, if you're married and you haven't faced drama, it's coming, baby. Drama. And some dramas are very dramatic. They can go from east to west. It can be anything. Drama. Some interferences with in-laws. Some it's cheating. Some it's what? Drama can be anything. It can unfold into anything. But don't pack your bags yet. It's a stage. Yeah. It's a stage. And that's what I tell people, that you must not leave because of a stage. That stage passes. And you look back and you're like, wow, we made it. We made it. And then you get to a stage of discovery where you discover, okay, this is my man. And he also discovers this is my woman. And you know what? The likes, the dislikes, the what, you work with it. Because you've discovered that's who I'm married to. And you see, it's such a beautiful stage because you're discovering things and you're okay with it now. You settle, like it's fine. He doesn't like this, oh, so what? He prefers, yeah. You're easy. And it gets easier with time. So all those stages, they get easier with time. And the last stage, the stage number 4, is the stage of depth, where you are so comfortable. You are so nothing can move you. Ati who is calling? Si apige. Ati who is looking for what? See, they look. You're comfortable. You're fine. Yeah, keep looking. Do you understand? You're not moved. You're not like in the dramatic stage where you're the drama. Oh my God. You are comfortable. You're okay. You're deep. You understand. You've gone through stages. Have you ever seen when women or men get older, they're so calm?
Yes, they are.
You understand?
Yes,
the drama has passed. Yes. You're just calm. You're just watching.
Yeah, an old guy will not be intimidated by you talking to the wife.
No, talk. Please, even take her for golf. Take her for golf. She teaches you some lessons there. Because you're comfortable. You've discovered each other. You're okay. You're deep. Have you ever? You see, when you're married for such a long time, you think of something and your spouse is thinking about the same thing.
Same thing.
You ask for
even
tea.
Start looking alike.
It's true. You ask for tea and your spouse wanted to ask for tea at the very same time. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying.
Almost become like identical twins.
Exactly. So the drama stages and all that, they pass and they take you to a deep stage where you really know each other. You're so one, you're so connected, like old wine.
Wow.
Yes, you're just so intact. It is well.
They say wine matures with age.
Exactly. So even so does relationship.
Yeah.
So that's why I tell people, don't leave. Don't run away because of a stage. Just hold on.
Yeah.
It's going to pass.
One of my preachings in weddings is basically the wedding in Cana of Galilee.
Right.
And the story is about this wedding and how they ran out of wine. And they went to Jesus.
Right.
And they asked for wine. And the scripture says that Jesus made wine. When the master of the ceremony tasted the wine,
yes,
made a statement. He says, normally people give the best wine towards the beginning. And when people have had enough, they give inferior.
Right.
And I normally tell people that marriages are like wine because they get better with the passing on of time.
With the passing on of time. Isn't that the
truth?
Yeah. They get better.
Yes.
Yeah. And so as a woman, they should never give up, or a man.
Wow. Let me ask you then. Should men be vulnerable? And should men be... And vulnerability in terms of just... when does a man remove the lion's hide?
He should be vulnerable, and he should...
And to what extent should a man be vulnerable to the woman or the wife or whatever, in this case, relationships?
That's what I'm saying. Like, okay, when you've grown together, you've walked through stages together, you see, men take a longer time to be vulnerable. Men are always, very protective because of their ego. It's as big as Texas, but as fragile as an egg. you know. And so they always protect their ego. But the thing is that men should be vulnerable with the ones that they love. They should be. I should see your tears of vulnerability where you're like,
The African culture says we should not cry.
it's wrong. It's not so. Honestly,
Man should be tough.
by the way, you know it's not
always
good.
have.
Do you know that's why we are having trouble with boys and men? Do you know that? Because men are supposed to show their emotions, but they are told you can't cry. Boys don't cry. You be man enough. But it's not good, because the more you bottle, that's why men commit suicide more than women. Because they are not supposed to cry, they are not supposed to talk. A woman will go through an issue, she will talk to 15 people in 3 minutes. Do you understand?
I get you.
Yes, men should be vulnerable, Bishop.
Okay, when it comes to vulnerability, how much should a man disclose as far as the past is concerned? And what does revealing the past do to a woman?
Let me tell you, it is very important, again, to walk in wisdom, okay? Because you may have a past that I really don't need to know. You know, like, just keep it to yourself. That's too deep. or I'll see some dazzling woman there, and then you're telling me, you know, that was your... It will shake you.
Yeah.
No matter, you will be shaken. Do you understand? There are some things that are not necessary, if you ask me.
Because I find like when it comes to vulnerability and being open, in the name of being open, you know, a lot of relationships have been injured because you are open, but you don't know what you're doing to your woman emotionally.
Yeah.
You're basically gruesomely...
You're killing her.
Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
So that's why I asked, what should you reveal and what should you not reveal? That's
why I'm saying you must walk in wisdom, in knowing really that some things are not important. For me, this is what I ask. Is it going to add any value to our relationship?
My father told me something when I was growing up, and he was also my mentor. He said that, I asked him that question, and he said, well, I would tell you not to tell her anything that will hurt her. And he said, I don't tell my wife anything that will hurt her.
Yeah.
I'll keep it away from her.
Right.
I will tell her things that will build her and edify her and make her feel the queen that she is.
Right.
Is that correct?
That's very correct. There are some things that don't add value. Like, for instance, when you go back into cheating, and your wife gets so, you know, upset because she found out. This is not being suspicious. It's something that is on the table. So she finds out that, yes, there was cheating and all that. When she now starts getting into details, how is it? how different is she from me? Those are nganos, details that you don't need. Because the more you know, the more hurt you will get. The worse the situation. So a man should not be revealing, oh, it was like this, and oh, yeah, she's like this. No, those are details that you don't need to reveal.
Wow.
Yeah, you're healing a marriage.
Yes.
You see?
Yes.
So you don't need to now go into gruesome things that are painful, that will keep somebody bound in that pain.
Let me ask you, the Bible says that when God created the first man, Adam, gave him the first woman, Eve, and the issue was God saying, I'm creating her to be your helpmate, to help you. I'll ask in two parts.
Yeah.
The first thing is, how does it feel for a woman to come in and there's nothing to help?
It's actually...
That means the guy has no vision.
Yes. It's
no
actually,
drive.
Yeah.
Not going anywhere.
Right.
How does it feel for a woman?
It's like a stalled car. It doesn't help you in any way because it's stalled. It's not moving.
Yeah.
It's very discouraging when a man doesn't show the woman where they're going. Do you understand? A man is the visionary. The reason why you're the head is not just so that it can be nice and handsome, but the head has eyes so that the eyes can show us where we are going. Do you understand? So if a man has a head that he's not using, is very discouraging for a woman. And when a man sits back and doesn't show direction, you know what happens? The whole entire home is directionless. You find children have no direction. Wife is, because that's the visionary is asleep. And so it's very, very discouraging for a woman. A woman wants to just give us something to work with, because that's how she's a helper. What am I helping? Do you understand?
If there's no vision,
if there's no
direction,
vision, yeah. All my husband did was tell me, honey, God is calling me into church, and it's going to be called Jubilee Christian Church. I needed just that to work with.
Yeah.
I went to God. I started to pray, and I was like, God, show me, where is this going to be? And I tell you, God is so faithful. As a helper, he showed me exactly where church would be. And we stepped into that place, and they had never had church there before, but I saw what God wanted. And we started church there. But if he didn't give me anything to work with, and he just gave me his handsome looks, they will not take me anywhere. I don't need just looks.
You need more than looks.
I need more than looks.
Wow.
Show me where we are going. Show me how. And then all he does is cast the vision. And I'm good to go, because I'll be able to now help with the vision.
If I was in Ghana, I would say, Chale.
Chale.
It's more than looks. It's more than looks.
Yes. It's more than looks. So.
Oh my God. My father used to tell me beauty is skin deep.
But it is.
You can't take it to the market
No, it's
and eat it. Okay, let me reverse this.
Right.
Since you're a helpmate, how do you feel as a woman? Do you need to be helped by the man? And how does it feel when we reverse the coin?
A man actually needs to really, really help the woman to be able to find herself. Let me tell you, there is nothing more beautiful than a man being able to help the woman to do what is right. Because a woman can go off. A woman can. And a woman needs the man who is the visionary to really help her with her vision. For instance, I didn't know, for the life of me, Bishop, I didn't know that I could preach the gospel. I didn't know. I didn't even know I had a calling. I thought that I was just going to help my husband and you know, just pray for him and help him and urge him on to do whatever God has called him to do. I didn't know I had a calling, but he saw it. And he said to me, baby, do you know that God is calling you to the woman? I said, to tell her what? I asked to tell her what? He said, let me tell you, he is the one that came up even with the name Daughters of Zion. I said, who are those? Do you understand?
I get you.
I was that blind. But when he saw it and pulled it out, there you go. Now, he has helped me in everything I do, Bishop. I kid you not. Whether it's Woman Without Limits, whether it's Daughters of Zion, whether it's my YouTube channel, he helps me in every step of the way. And it has helped me to be who I am today.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Reminds me of the book of Ephesians, when the Bible talks about a woman submitting to the husband, and the husband, and then Jesus Christ says, in the same way, a man should love the woman just like Christ has loved the church and has purified her and cleansed her, you know, meaning that the love that Christ has for us makes us better.
Yeah.
And improves us and removes all the dots and all the corners and all the kubondeka.
Come on.
You know, the kubondeka, you know.
Yes, all the blemishes.
The blemishes and everything.
Yeah.
He removes all that.
Right.
The love of Christ removes all that. And then he says, that's the responsibility I'm giving to the men, to their wives and the mothers to their children.
Exactly.
So I really concur with what you're saying.
Yeah.
When I was studying about marriages and relationships in college, they told me that there are different roles. And that there's a role for a woman and that there's a role for a man. Would you agree with that?
I absolutely agree. And it's very, very important to know your role. The first responsibility a woman is given by God is that of submission. And that's her role. And she must, a woman, I don't care whether you're the one earning more than your husband, or you know, you're the go-getter and you call shots, and you know, or you're more eloquent or you're more schooled. It doesn't matter. The fact is that principles of God cannot be broken, and you as a woman must submit to your husband. that is not God is not begging you to do it. It's a command by God. And so submission is very critical. And I want every woman to know that submission is not inferiority. It's not being weak. Actually, submission is the total opposite. It's being strong.
It's not being demeaned.
No, it's being strong, because only a strong woman can submit. You know why? Because she knows herself. She knows who she is. She's not trying to, it's not a power struggle. She knows who she is, and she knows who the husband is. And so it's very, very important for you as a woman to take your position of submission. That's the first role. And you must play it. You see, there can never be authority without submission. What's the authority for if there's no submission? So you have to be a woman that does it the way Christ did it. He taught us that even though it was not considered robbery for him to be equal with God, the word of God says he submitted, humbled himself all the way to death. And so as a woman, in spite of who you are, in spite of what you've done in society, you must be a woman that is submissive.
Wow.
When you get home, remove those hats of CEO.
Regardless of even if you're earning more than her, than him?
Remove the hat. Put it outside the door. Even if you're a CEO and people bow to you and they salute you when you're walking, when you get to the house, CEO is over. You're now submitted to this man. That's how God is going to bless that marriage.
Okay.
And as a man, your role, the number one, is to love her. Can you imagine? Simple. Penda huyu mtu.
Just love her.
Just love
That's
her.
it.
Penda kabisa. Love her. Like Christ loves the church.
Yes.
Like you can
And
die for her.
Gave himself.
He gave himself. So give yourself to this girl. Wow. You know? And let me tell you, by the way, Bishop, you for a woman, you discover her every day. Remember I talked about depth?
Yes.
Do you know that your woman can turn you into a paraplegic in bed? What? You can never say that she can't satisfy you. Which woman?
A paraplegic.
What? If you if you love that woman the way she needs to be loved, you will get into kingdoms you have never entered.
That brings me to another point of these guys who mistreat their women from morning to 6 o'clock, and then he comes home at 7 o'clock and expects to have paradise. I'm told that romance starts in the morning.
It starts at 6 a.m.
Yeah, I'm told
and then
that.
We keep building.
And then you building it.
By 11 a.m. you have already sent a text message saying, where I will catch you.
Yeah.
Grass will not grow.
Yeah.
By 2 p.m. you're telling her, my goodness.
Yeah.
Nice things.
Nice things.
I've never
so there's no abuses and insults, and then in the evening you come and expects magic. Abracadabra.
Useless woman who can want you.
Abracadabra.
Then in the evening you're telling her the useless woman what you want is a lie. And if she gives anything, it's just going to be pedue. Like whatever.
You know, my father told me, be careful not to be served cold food.
And Bishop, it will be cold.
It will not be served hot.
No, it will be very cold. And like I'm saying,
men, are you listening to this? Be careful. Romance does not start at 8 o'clock in the night when you come home after you've mistreated your woman the whole day, calling her all sorts of names, mistreating her, not giving her any attention. Romance starts when you leave home at 6 in the morning, call her, text her, nice things, pamper her. Then when you come in the evening, is basically the crescendo of the love that you've been building towards to, the climax really. So please, women are very emotional beings, And if you think that, you can mistreat her and then get it served hot, well, it won't happen because it doesn't work like that. So be careful, man. You're hearing all sorts of things tonight and it's just a blessing. I want to ask about this one last question. Mm-hmm. There's so many things I'm feeling I need to ask, but because of time, I just want to feel like I should wrap it up.
Right.
A lot of women get hurt so badly. So badly. Like, for instance, just what I just said about calling names, abusing her, treating her like a doormat.
Right.
Literally.
Yeah.
Treating her like a doormat, stepping on her and everything. And then you come in the evening, and then you served your meal and stuff, and you go to bed and maybe make some love, and you think it's over. Yeah. Is the woman healed because you went and made love? What is the healing? How does she heal? Has she forgiven because she was taken to bed?
It is very, very sad, and I love that question, Bishop, because healing is a process. You see, if you have a wound, you're not just going to put some, little lotion or Vaseline and then it's over. No, you're going to have to dress that wound, and the deeper it is, the harder it is to heal. You're going to have to dress it up every day. You're going to have to put, ointment on it every day. You're going to have to redress it again tomorrow until it's completely healed. That's the same process when it comes to heartache. In fact, it's worse. Because you see, when it's a heart issue and you're heartbroken, you can imagine the kind of wound you're going through on the inside. So even as he's making love to you, you are really not with him. You're so in so much pain. You're so confused. You're traumatized. You're depressed. You're in so much pain, so much turmoil. And you can find a woman just talking. It's not because she wants to. She's she's traumatized. And until that is dealt with, and it can't be dealt with by love making. In fact, can I tell you, a woman can stay without love making forever.
Really?
And she'll be fine.
Well, men don't think so.
Oh, let me tell you.
Men don't think so.
You see, men are a bag of sperm. They have to release. Women, on the other hand, their greatest sex tool is the mind. So if the mind is affected, and you have fought me, you have beaten me, you have mistreated me, you have cheated, you have done all manner of things, and then you think that I'm just going to open my legs and everything is honky-dory? I don't think so. No, thank you. So it needs a process, Bishop.
So is it a myth that men feel like, they're really hot and the women are after them, it's the women who are dying to have them,
It's a lie. It's an insecurity situation. They need to know who they are in God. They need to be secure in themselves. Because when you're secure, you're not going to think, oh my God, I'm wanted. This one wants me. That one wants me. If you want yourself, you're already comfortable in your skin. You don't care who's looking at you and what they want. Because you're good. Do you understand? It's when you have this void that you want to be covered. You have this void and insecurity issues.
So let me ask you another one then.
Yeah.
Just on this one. There are some women who are extremely promiscuous.
Hold on, and we are coming to that, Bishop. Can I please just say about the healing process?
Yes.
That it's very, very important for the process to take place. Like if that woman needs counseling, it is very important for even the husband to tell her, because counselors, they are professional counselors who are they have oaths that they can't go talking about what you share. But let that woman go through counseling until she's completely whole and set, and and she can be healed, and they do get healed
and get back to normal.
But let the process take place.
Correct.
Like, don't expect one love making and we're good to go. Yeah. No, she's hurting and she needs to heal.
Well, a lot of men, let me tell you the truth.
Right.
We men, let me talk on behalf of men. We men feel like, if there was a disagreement and there was fighting, if we go to bed, we sleep and do what lovers do, then it's sorted. It is sorted. That's what men think.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of men think.
The men, yeah.
And men move on.
Because men move on.
And I think the reason why we do that is because we are not as emotional as women are.
And you see, women are emotional.
That's the thing.
And so the balance has to be
because men are physical.
Yeah.
Men are very physical.
They are. It's what they see.
You described us grossly,
yes.
But it's all right. That we are a bag of sperms. But it's the truth. It is the truth.
It's true.
It is the truth.
A bag of seed.
Yeah.
And the seed needs to be removed. So a man has sex because they need to. Not because they necessarily want to. They need. For a woman, it's because she wants. Do you see the difference?
So let me come to my question.
Yeah.
Why do we have a lady here? I'm just using a lady A.
Yeah.
Very promiscuous with so many men, and she doesn't seem to be satisfied. What is wrong with that person as a woman? What's wrong with her?
It's very simple, Bishop. It's lust. Lust can never be filled. Lust can never be satisfied. Lust is a bottomless pit. Lust will never be satisfied. If you sleep with 10 men, they will never satisfy you. You will go for another 10, they will never satisfy you because it's lust. It's a bottomless pit.
Is it a spiritual thing?
It is, absolutely. It's a spiritual thing. And lust is a spiritual thing. And so you need to counteract by really dealing with a lustful spirit. Because once you deal with a lustful spirit, then you'll be so surprised that that's not who you are. You've just allowed this spirit to control you. And a lustful spirit can never be satisfied.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. It's been such a blessing to have you.
I've enjoyed myself.
On Coffee with BDM.
Yes.
You really, really unravel
And I
a
love
lot
your
of
mask.
wisdom.
Can I take it?
Thank you very much. We'll make a coffee with Pastor Kathy. But you can take this one for remembering this interview.
This is so nice.
Yeah, we'll make sure you take one as a gift. So at least you can remember your visit with us, which means a lot. Thank you for the time you have given us. Thank you for the wisdom you have unraveled. I'm so sure so many of us have been blessed, including I myself. I've learned a lot today because I needed to hear it from a woman's perspective. I may be knowing things as a result of studying and reading, but hearing it from the horse's mouth means a lot. So God bless you so much. Share this with as many people as possible. I want every woman to hear, and I want every man to hear from Pastor Kathy, because to be honest with you, this is one of the best things I've had myself. And I'm not talking about exaggerations here. I think I've traveled, I've gone to conferences, but this one has been very, very informative and educative to me as far as knowing what women wish that their men knew. God bless you. Welcome again. And don't forget, Sunday, 10 o'clock to 11:30. You're most welcome. And what a joy it has been. God richly bless you. See you again right here on Coffee with BDM.